Not the Bulls' night tonight. Indeed, not their night. I mean, you kind of knew that was likely going to be the case right from the jump, and when the Mavs took that 44-16 lead by the end of the first quarter. But I think there was a piece in all of us that thought maybe it was going to be another one of these nights where the Bulls have one of these crazy comebacks, and the way they played in the second quarter with some better energy, they were shooting a little bit better, but no. When you saw just how much the Mavs were shredding the Bulls defense in the pick and roll, getting their two bigs, Gafford and Lively, wide open looks at the rim, shots weren't going down for the Bulls, they couldn't even hit their free throws, you saw Drummond airball a free throw, yeah, at that point you knew that there just wasn't going to be any magic tonight. Just not going to happen. The Mavs were just on point in this one. Phenomenal ball movement, moving quickly, keeping the tempo up. And like I said, they just picked apart the Bulls defense, dominating the paint. The Bulls had absolutely no answer for them. For some reason, the Bulls could not seemingly make any adjustments in stopping the Mavs from continuing to run their drop plays that would leave either Lively or Gafford wide open for an easy dunk. Let's be real though, the Bulls played like absolute crap tonight. They were terrible in this game. Coming home after a nice road trip, this was the kind of energy they put forth in front of their hometown fans. Like in the first few minutes of the first quarter, the only time the game was actually still within reach, the Bulls were all just kind of standing around looking at each other on the missed defensive assignments in transition, getting frustrated, pointing fingers on who's supposed to be where, and that kind of sucked the energy out of this team. I mean, when you're getting pissed off at one another because no one's hustling on defense and the shots aren't going down, yeah, it's not really going to get you anywhere and motivating the guys to play with better effort. Hate to say it, but the Bulls, after that first quarter, kind of gave up. I mean, really the only positives from this game were the fact that it was such a big blowout and not one in which the Bulls were able to keep it relatively close where you could think they might have a way to be able to come back into it. And it meant that finally the starters were able to get some rest, most notably to DeMar and Coby, who lead the league in minutes. DeMar only played 22 minutes tonight, didn't play at all in the fourth quarter. Coby played a little bit in the fourth, as Donovan usually likes to start him in that quarter. And I guess at that point there was maybe still a sliver of hope that they could somehow make a comeback, but Coby only played 27 minutes. Vucevic only 26. I mean, the limited minutes from those guys and Batum were the only positives from this game. I take that back, actually. The other positive was seeing Julian Phillips. He had a very nice game, being aggressive and active on both ends. He even went a little ballsy and tried to throw it down on Daniel Gafford before getting it blocked, but made some nice defensive plays, hit a couple corner threes. He loves those corner threes. And then how about Batum showing off other things he's got in his bag outside of just his three-point shooting? In fact, he didn't really shoot the three ball all that well. Went 1 for 6 from deep, but he was getting to the basket, making nice dive cuts for dunks, using the body in the paint to get some nice putback layups. Dude has some athleticism and decent handles, hoping he can continue to improve that. But yeah, shockingly enough, Batum led the team in scoring tonight with 17 points on 8 for 16 shooting to go along with 6 rebounds. But yeah, I mean, outside of that, not really sure there was really anything to get excited about in this game. Vucevic, not a good game for him. His defense was especially bad tonight. I don't know how Gafford and Lively were able to get that many easy points in the paint. I know Luka is a master generating offenses, one of the best passers in the game of basketball, but come on now, move your feet, read the screens, gotta be better than that. Also, can I just say how much I miss Daniel Gafford? You know, some of you have been following the channel for a long time since I first started it in that season in which Gafford was traded to the Wizards, and I was pretty devastated because Gafford was low-key one of my favorite Bulls players at that time because of his hustle and effort. He brought his rim protection and strength inside, and that was one of the trades that I was really disappointed to see in that first season under AK, and now you see him thriving as still a role player, but a starting center, and a starting center that kind of fits the mold for exactly what this Bulls team needs. Anyway, enough of me wishing we could change the past, but Coby White was cold tonight. That killed my underdog fantasy picks, by the way. Only 12 points on 4 for 14 shooting, 1 for 6 from 3, also only 1 assist. Bulls only had 19 assists in total tonight though, so it's not like anyone was really able to help the offense get going with guys missing shots left and right. DeMar wasn't really that active in the flow of the offense at all, only took 9 shots in this game, only 2 assists. I don't know, something was just off with all these guys tonight. I mean, I think, you know, this is kind of one of those outlier bad nights where shots aren't falling, nothing is going their way, even when they are making the right plays and taking the right shots. But yeah, shooting 40% from the field, less than 40% from the field to the Mavs 54%. They shoot 20% from 3, 92 points on 19 assists, 13 turnovers. Yeah, not good, and not a way you want to come back home to after giving us fans a lot of confidence and hope that maybe this team was making strides in the right direction. My hope is that a game like this doesn't get them down on themselves and have it be a shot to their confidence and motivation. The vibes were good on that trip. Hopefully a game like this doesn't bring that down and they're able to shrug it off and say, nah, that's not us. That's not how we play, and we will bounce back. They're going to need to, because the next game is kind of a critical one. Wednesday in Indiana, a team they could be kind of a stretch because the Pacers are 5 games ahead of the Bulls right now, but it could be a team in which they might be jockeying for position for the 8th seed with the way the Pacers have been playing as of late, and they're falling in the standings, and the Bulls' schedule does get a little easier here in the final stretch of the season. Let's just hope that that was some jet lag or something for the way the guys showed up and played tonight. Let me know what you guys thought of the game. As always, be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.